name's Jamal. I just made it to the top 20. Keep voting for me.
When Jamal Roberts walked on stage after being crowned the winner of American Idol, most people expected a few words of thanks, maybe some happy tears, and a final bow. But what happened next caught everyone by surprise. Instead of celebrating like most winners do, Jamal took the microphone and shifted the energy in the entire room. He didn't just say thank you. He didn't cry over the moment. He used that spotlight to speak about something far deeper, something that had been sitting heavy on his heart for years. This wasn't about fame, or music, or being on television. This was about something much bigger: justice, pain, and finally, the courage to speak the truth. What Jamal said after winning didn't just inspire his fans, it sparked a national conversation.
It's the gospel version. Look at me in my eyes. Lord, I want to take the time and thank you just for putting up with me.
Jamal's story didn't begin with flashing lights or cheering crowds. His journey started in a small southern town, one of those places where dreams often feel just out of reach. He was raised by a strong single mother who worked long hours to keep food on the table and a roof over their heads. From the time he was young, she taught him one important lesson: if you want something, you have to fight for it. Whenever life got hard or the world felt too heavy, Jamal turned to music. Singing was his safe space. He sang at family barbecues, school events, and church services. Everyone noticed his voice. Even as a child, his songs could quiet a room. But turning talent into a career wasn't easy. When Jamal started trying to break into the music industry, he kept hearing the same comment over and over again: you're talented, but you're not the look we want. Those words stuck with him. They wanted something that fit neatly into a box: a style, an image, a vibe. But Jamal never fit that mold. He was real. He was raw. His voice had soul, and it wasn't dressed up or covered with fancy production. That didn't sit well with everyone. He often found himself placed last at small music shows, performing to half-empty rooms after most of the audience had already left. Some clubs told him directly that his music wasn't what they were looking for. Others simply ignored him while pushing less talented acts with better connections or more marketable images. The quiet rejection stung the most. But Jamal never gave up. During the day, he worked hard driving delivery trucks, stocking shelves, cleaning offices, whatever it took to pay the bills and help his mother. At night, he chased his dream. He went to open mic nights, booked studio sessions, and kept performing whenever and wherever he could. Even when no one noticed. Even when the world told him no. Still, after years of rejection and struggle, that inner fire began to dim. He started to believe maybe his dream was fading for good. Everything changed the day Jamal walked into his American Idol audition. It wasn't just another shot, it was his last shot. He walked into the room carrying years of disappointment, broken hopes, and sleepless nights. But when he began to sing, something shifted. His voice wasn't perfect by music industry standards, but it was powerful. It was honest. It was real. By the time he finished, the room was completely silent. Then one of the judges, with tears in their eyes, whispered, "That's why we do this." Within hours, his audition video went viral. People didn't just share it because of how he sang, they shared it because of how he felt. You could hear his entire life in every note. Underdogs everywhere saw themselves in Jamal. As the show continued and Jamal advanced through the competition, fans fell in love with his voice, his spirit, and his sincerity. While many contestants arrived on set with stylists and media training, Jamal came as he was. His openness was refreshing to many, but it also came with challenges. Behind the scenes, not everyone welcomed him. Week after week, Jamal delivered powerful performances. But privately, he noticed a pattern. While other contestants formed close bonds, Jamal was often left out. Some got extra rehearsal time or invitations to private mentoring sessions with celebrity guests. Jamal? He was frequently told there wasn't enough space or time. Yet somehow, there was always room for others. Insiders began to notice that Jamal wasn't being treated the same. Some quietly admitted that producers questioned whether he had the right image for the show. They asked if he was marketable enough. These weren't questions every contestant had to answer. They were aimed at him, at his identity, his style, and the way he proudly carried his heritage. To some, that pride was seen as a problem. When the cameras were off, Jamal heard jokes and comments from a few fellow contestants. Some said, "He's playing the struggle card." Others whispered, "He doesn't really belong here." Jamal didn't fire back publicly. But people close to him said he felt the pain deeply. He knew what was happening. The loneliness. The quiet bias. The feeling that no matter how hard he worked, he had to work twice as hard just to be seen as equal. Even the judges' feedback sometimes felt uneven. While others were praised for being bold or emotional, Jamal was told to polish his style or be more flexible. Then came the production choices. Songs were changed last minute. Lights were dimmed during key moments. Rehearsal times were shortened. Little changes added up. It felt like someone was trying to make him fade into the background. Still, Jamal smiled on stage. He gave his all every time. But off camera, the weight was growing. And finally, he couldn't hold it in any longer. When Jamal won American Idol, it was supposed to be a moment filled with joy, hugs, and confetti. Instead, it became something much bigger. As he stood center stage with millions watching, Jamal paused, looked into the camera, and said, "This victory means everything. But I can't walk off this stage without telling the truth." He explained how people saw him sing and smile, but they didn't see the rejection, the coded language, or how often he felt overlooked. He talked about how marketability became a quiet way of questioning whether someone like him belonged. His voice trembled, but his words were strong. He didn't blame anyone by name. He didn't call people out. Instead, he exposed a deeper issue, an ongoing problem in the industry that too many people were afraid to speak about. He ended his speech with a powerful message: "This is for every kid who looks like me and feels like they have to shrink to fit in. Your truth is your power. Don't ever apologize for taking up space." The crowd clapped. The internet exploded. Within hours, Jamal's speech was trending everywhere. Hashtags were born. Fans flooded social media with words of support and love. This was more than just a win. One user wrote, "Jamal just changed the game." Another said, "I've never cried over a reality show, but Jamal's words broke me." Other artists, especially Black musicians, began speaking up too. Many shared their own stories of being told they weren't the right look or style. Activists joined in, using Jamal's story to shine a light on deeper issues about race, fairness, and representation in entertainment. Even celebrities who usually stayed quiet about these topics reposted his speech and thanked him for speaking up. But not everyone agreed. Some unnamed sources from the show claimed Jamal misunderstood what happened. They insisted the process was fair and accused him of playing the race card. That only added fuel to the fire. People began looking at the show's history: how often winners were people of color, how many Black contestants were praised early but criticized later. The debate moved from just Jamal to the system as a whole. Jamal didn't speak out to create drama. He spoke out to create change. Since that night, he hasn't backed down. He recently announced plans to start a non-profit that will help Black and underrepresented musicians. The organization will provide mentorship, financial help, and access to resources that many artists struggle to find. His mission is simple: no one should feel invisible because of who they are. Jamal is now working on new music songs that tell his story in full. Not filtered. Not edited to please executives. Just real. His next project will be for everyone who's been told they don't fit. For every artist who's been told they're too much, not enough, or just not right. He's also stepping into a mentorship role, hoping to guide young artists through the same challenges he faced. Even though Jamal walked away with a trophy, the real prize isn't the title, it's the platform he's using to open doors for others. If you believe in Jamal's mission, share his message, support his work, and most of all, remember his words. This isn't the end. It's just the beginning. We'll be watching, Jamal. And we're with you.